The shepherd and the flock, finding rest in a fractured world. They were like sheep without a shepherd. Mark 6:30-34. Imagine this: you're standing on the edge of a bustling marketplace, surrounded by people rushing past you. Some carry shopping bags, others clutch phones glued to their ears or screens. A child tugs at her mother's sleeve, asking for something sweet from a nearby vendor. Amidst the chaos, one man sits quietly on a bench, his eyes closed as if trying to block out the noise. He looks exhausted, not just physically but emotionally drained. His expression mirrors what many feel today: overwhelmed, directionless, searching for guidance in an increasingly fragmented world. This scene could unfold anywhere, in Valletta, New York, Tokyo, or Nairobi. It echoes the timeless human struggle captured in Mark 6:30-34, where Jesus observes a crowd like sheep without a shepherd. This biblical passage speaks not only to ancient times but also resonates deeply with our modern lives. In a world defined by constant connectivity yet profound disconnection, how do we find rest? And who, or what, guides us when leadership feels absent? A global crisis of leadership. In 2023, global trust in institutions hit record lows. According to the Edelman Trust Barometer, less than half of respondents across 28 countries expressed confidence in government, media, and business leaders. Meanwhile, mental health crises have surged worldwide, exacerbated by economic uncertainty, climate change, and social polarization. People are yearning for clarity, purpose, and care, but too often, they encounter empty rhetoric or silence instead. Dr. Elena Martinez *, a sociologist specializing in community resilience, explains, when individuals lack trustworthy guides, whether political figures, spiritual mentors, or even reliable information sources, they experience collective anxiety. Like those crowds following Jesus, they seek solace wherever they can find it, even if it means chasing after fleeting solutions. But is there hope for meaningful guidance in such turbulent times? To answer that question, let's explore both historical and contemporary examples of shepherding, both literal and metaphorical, that offer lessons for navigating life's complexities. The loneliness epidemic, modern-day shepherds needed. Loneliness has become a public health crisis. The World Health Organization, WHO, estimates that over 75 million adults globally suffer from chronic loneliness, which increases risks of depression, heart disease, and premature death. Yet, despite its prevalence, addressing loneliness remains challenging due to stigma and systemic neglect. Take Maria ***, a retired teacher living in Malta. After losing her husband 5 years ago, she found herself isolated, spending days alone in her apartment overlooking Marsamxett Harbor. Her children lived abroad, and local support networks dwindled during the pandemic. I felt invisible, she recalls. No one seemed to notice I existed anymore. Maria's story isn't unique. Across cultures, countless individuals face similar struggles. However, grassroots initiatives are emerging to combat this epidemic. For instance, Malta's Copin organization connects elderly residents with volunteers through intergenerational programs. These efforts remind us that small acts of kindness can serve as powerful forms of shepherding, guiding lost souls back into community folds. Lessons from history: when leaders fail. History offers cautionary tales about what happens when leaders fail to act as true shepherds. Consider the French Revolution, sparked partly by King Louis XVI's detachment from his subjects' suffering. Or more recently, the fall of Lehman Brothers in 2008, attributed to corporate greed and inadequate oversight. Both cases highlight the dangers of prioritizing self-interest over communal well-being. Conversely, history also provides inspiring models of effective leadership. Nelson Mandela's reconciliation efforts post-apartheid exemplify compassionate governance. Similarly, Malala Yousafzai's advocacy for girls' education demonstrates courage under fire. Such leaders remind us that true shepherds prioritize long-term flourishing over short-term gains. What does it mean to shepherd today? To shepherd doesn't necessarily mean holding formal authority. Instead, it involves fostering connection, empathy, and empowerment. Teachers guiding students through academic challenges, doctors advocating for patients' holistic care, activists championing marginalized voices, all embody the essence of shepherding. Consider Anonymous, a young environmentalist based in Kenya. Working with local farmers, he educates communities about sustainable agriculture practices while amplifying indigenous knowledge systems. Leadership isn't about telling people what to do, he says. It's about listening, learning together, and walking alongside them. His words align closely with Jesus' actions in Mark 6:34. Rather than dismissing the crowd's needs, Jesus takes pity on them and teaches them patiently. His approach underscores the importance of presence and attentiveness, qualities sorely needed in today's fast-paced world. Interactive reflection: who are your shepherds? Pause for a moment. Think about the people or forces shaping your daily decisions. Are they leading you toward growth and fulfillment, or merely steering you toward distraction and consumption? Share your thoughts using #MyShepherdStory on social media. Let's create a dialogue around the kinds of guidance we value most. Conclusion: toward a more compassionate future. The image of sheep without a shepherd evokes vulnerability, but it also invites action. Each of us has the potential to guide others, whether through grand gestures or quiet acts of service. By cultivating empathy, humility, and accountability, we can help heal the fractures dividing our societies. As you reflect on these ideas, ask yourself, how might you step into the role of shepherd in your own corner of the world? Perhaps it starts with reaching out to someone feeling unseen, volunteering your skills for a cause you believe in, or simply taking time to rest and recharge so you can lead with renewed energy. After all, as Jesus demonstrated, sometimes the greatest act of leadership is simply being present, for ourselves and for each other. Credited to the Malta Echo. Sources include interviews with Dr. Elena Martinez, name changed for privacy, and data from WHO reports. #Shepherd Leadership #Global Community #Rest and Renewal. The Malta Echo, where local meets global insight. The Malta Echo brings you the latest news with a unique blend of in-depth analysis, engaging storytelling, and global perspectives. Our articles combine the rigor of investigative journalism with the artistry of narrative hooks, ensuring you stay informed and captivated. Join us in exploring the stories that matter, with clarity, context, and a touch of cultural depth. #Malta Echo #Malta News #Journalism #Engaging Content #Storytelling #Global Awareness. Support the Malta Echo, follow and like us on Facebook, https://www.facebook.com/The Malta Echo, and visit our forum, https://kusksu.freeforums.net/board/1/Malta-Echo. Enjoy our articles. Support us by shopping on Amazon. Using our affiliate link https://amazon.to/3 evokes not only helps you find great products but also supports the Malta Echo at no extra cost to you. Every purchase helps us continue to provide insightful news and stories that matter. Thank you for your support.